Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It is 13th of February 2017. It's a Monday. So it's Weekly Insight time. Hope you're all great. It's Weekly Insight time with FXCM being naughty. We'll come on to that in a little bit. It's all been good here. We'll come on to trading in a bit. I'm just back from a weekend over in France, out with my mum, dad, and sister. And it's good to just kind of disconnect from all this stuff for a bit, which is good. Big fan of that. That's what it's all for, really. And I got back last night, and then obviously been working my day job today. But what can we talk about? Yeah, so FXCM being a bit naughty. I don't know if you've all seen it in the financial media there, but they've been apparently they've been trading against their own clients. So hello, that's me, you bastards. I don't really know the full story about it. I don't get into full stories, but it doesn't sound good. It sounds like they've actively been getting on the other side of people's trades by, another secondary or third party that they are invested in. Anyway, it's not good because that was one of the main reasons I traded with FXCM. I thought they weren't really down with that. But at the same time, we all know this is finance, right? And every bastard is out to get you. So it doesn't really surprise me that much. Points on that? Well, the only things you can really say are that because we're mainly daily traders, not day traders, but daily traders, or rather, I say we, the way that I trade is mainly up at the daily level. Usually my stops are out of noise, so that in theory it's the same thing as when you see stop runs and that. So we should be, or rather, I should be well placed to not be getting caught out as much as some of these other people. But I mean, for the retail traders which are day trading and on the lower time frames, you got to feel, you'll be getting rinsed, man. Because the house is ripping you off. Anyway, enough on that. So I'll be looking for a new broker. I think the biggest problem I have with all of this is, apart from execution and getting mugged off, is that I love this front end. I know FXCM doesn't have as many things you can trade, but it's got all the major Forex ones. It's got the indices and exposures to metals. That's all I need, really. But I really like the fact there's a client application. So if anyone's got any ideas on what client application you can have instead of this running it in a browser nonsense, that would be fantastic. Do ping me. The guys over at Two Blokes Trading are doing a review at the moment on platforms. My trading group that I'm with are also doing that I pay for are also doing a review. We'll see where that goes. But my biggest thing is I don't want to run it in a browser because I've got 4 monitors, right? I'm running a browser across, I've done it across 3 browsers. It's a pain in the botty. Anyway, that's that. Yay! Smack. Right, okay, trading-wise, what's been going on? Well, the markets have been fairly consolidated, really. I had 2 trades open last week, two losses again. I'm on a massive losing streak, so I'm containing those losses. I mean, so that's 0.7%, 2 trades. Again, risks all controlled. It's all good, man. Literally what you woo, love it. Literally what you don't want from a profit and loss curve. You couldn't really write that any better other than maybe just a straight line down forever. A straight line down. Straight line down. And, we're already down 3.78% for the year. So as I said last week, my strategy is definitely more looking. I mean, I always am looking at risk constantly. That's mainly what I focus on over profit. But now it is really, really about getting into trades with minimal risk and, looking for better setups. That being said, there's not many setups out there. But what happened on this New Zealand? Let's just have a look here. New Zealand USD. I think I don't want to say lucky, but. Oh yeah, so I was kind of doing a trade in the channel. Let's just have a look at that on the big charts. NZD USD. So that should have loaded in the background. NZD USD. Okay. So you can see there's an order there which I was following up with. So I was kind of trading short this bad boy along I was kind of looking at this channel basically. So it's hard to remember, isn't it? I've got it written down, obviously. So I was kind of trading this channel, saw the market going over here, and yeah, I got wicked out on here. So I basically traded this as in it was a market's going long, false breakout of this channel going south, and that is actually exactly what it did, but I got taken out, a few pips out by there. So as my trading buddy Virgil mentioned, you know, stop up here would have been good. Yeah, I totally agree with that, and on hindsight that was good, but when I kind of looked at it, it wasn't looking so bad. I'd seen some I was thinking it was actually, yeah, my logic was that this 300 was the support and it was already clipping over that. But anyway, yeah, you know, it's beautiful to look back at these things. So I thought I was further enough out the noise here. You can't argue that would have been a better stop, especially with hindsight, but you know, even before that, a better stop behind resistance. He was actually in this trade as well and used that, and I believe that means he's still in it, which is good. Sweet. Now I could have got back in here on this sell signal. We got a nice wick sell short, but I didn't because I was wondering if I was emotionally attached to this market. I think I'd already traded it twice, so I'd lost 0.5% in total. But yeah, it did roll over nicely. Waited for the pullback, but pullback hasn't happened. So yeah, I've kind of missed out there because my entry was good. My execution with the stop was average based on. I actually think it was better than average, to be honest. I think I was sound at the time. Because I was basing it on a channel, but that just, yeah, I mean, with that, I also don't like channels. Yeah, they're kind of a bit bullshit, really, channel trading, because no sooner do you draw one, you've got every guy in, what's a channel, well, let's get it a parallel, something like that. Everybody else is seeing this, yeah, so, and everyone knows that retail trade channels, so yeah, that's why you get this kind of jipping around here, because big boys know that you're doing it, yeah? And FXCM know that you're doing it. And they can see your orders, you bastards. Anyway, enough of that. So, yeah, that's looking like a really sweet trade. Virgil, if you're watching, what's going on, man? I reckon that that must be looking pretty sweet for you now. I can't think of any reason why you'd be out now on that. So that's all good. What else was I in? I think it was just a US 30 trade. Oh my Christ. So I keep getting I'm fundamentally biased on the equity markets, and as you'll see, it is killing me because this is happening, man. I sold it again at 2000 on this when it came up here, and I got out here, but this is just long, right? I'm now saying to myself, definitely can't short this. Oh, it's long. It's who knows when it ends. So now it's gonna fall. You got it. You heard it here. We're nearly at 2,500, 20,500. Yeah, amazing. What other equities can we look at? UK 100, irritatingly high as well. But you know, the markets. I'm wrong. The markets are right. Key tip to remember, I am wrong. The markets are right. I'm just basically putting trades on based upon my what I see. Well, am I wrong? What I'm saying is the markets aren't wrong. They are 100% not wrong. They shouldn't be doing this, but they are. So ergo, they're right. Yeah, cool. So that's that. So what's coming up? Weekly Insight. Here we go. Blah, 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 blah. So what have I got open? I've got an Aussie dollar. Aussie USD trade, which isn't too bad. Yeah, I got in over here on the daily. I got a kind of double sell signal. It is a little bit choppy. We're kind of in a range over on the weekly. I just had a sly look at that. So I'm kind of trading it off down, aiming for these lows down here. I've got a target on there on one of the trains. The other one's a roller. But yeah, I've just put up a bit more. I put it on a bit earlier. So my first stop was on here. So it was 0.3% here, which as you can see, I got in with here. So it kind of looked like it rolled on. It's gone back up. It's tested here and it's come back down again. I thought it was reasonable. Everything's pointing like it could reverse. Could reverse. Who knows? So I've put on a little bit more risk here, which brings me up to just over 0.55%. So my logic being, it's tried to go long again and it might be coming short again. But again, all within my risk tolerance, yeah? So I'm not breaking my strategy because, my strategy, I'm allowed up to 1%. I've reined it in, so I'm trying to reel it under about a half, or somewhere between 0.25 and a half. But in this scenario, I think that's reasonable. So that's that one. And the other one that's open is Kiwi CAD NZD. Let's stick it on a weekly first, just so we can remind people of why we are here. So, some fairly obvious support here. It's got a bit churny as of late, but yeah, the theory is it's tried to break out, hasn't happened, and now we're rolling to the downside of somewhere down here. That is what I'm looking for. So I've got two positions. Again, only one's got limit on, so I might let it run. That is one of the things which I wonder in my trading plan if I need to get a bit more aggressive on my exits. But really, I like trailing exits. So my idea is that I'll get one order out and let the other one run. Having said that, there's some quite obvious support here. But anyway, I'm going to deal with that when I get there, because right now I'm not getting there. And I know that's a bad comment as a trader, right? Always have my plan, 100% stick to it. But I know that I'm not solid behind that. So maybe that's something I need to iron out. But anyway, that trade's running okay. So yeah, we made a little bit on that. It's moved a little bit in the right direction. I'm still carrying my 0.5% risk, so nothing's actually been made yet. As for other stuff that's been going on, markets are weird, man. They're kind of consolidating all over the place. Yeah, there's not, other than what I'm in, I can't see too many setups on the timescales which I look at. What was interesting, actually, this USD Jappy, I enjoyed this because I was posted in one of the trading groups. What does this look like? So I see this as a downtrend. Someone was looking at the 1 hour chart. Where the hell was this? Because it was quite fascinating. I can't remember. There was a wedge somewhere here where it's consolidating. And, technically that was off to the downside. And, I was looking at this trade, as I'd seen the support there, and, it broken that support. It pulled back. I was half tempted to short around there. But then I said to myself, I don't actually have any clear entry signal. And then... So what did it look like when I was like that? So yeah, I probably would have argued an order there. And then exactly what's happened. I would have gone short there, would have clipped in, and then all against me. And now we've actually had basically a buy signal. So yeah, the markets are they're unpredictable most of the time, right? So that's why your strategy is really important. I saved myself there because whilst I thought that might be a reasonable trade, lots of support broken through to it, I didn't have a clear entry signal, so I actually saved myself there. So actually, on reflection, pat myself on the back. Nice one, Phil. Super trader, you're only losing so much at the moment. But anyway, yeah, we're on this shit. Ooh, squaring, apologies. So yeah, let's have a look at some metals. We like a bit of metal, don't we? Like Pantera, Metallica. Right, metals. Can I even remember the symbol? XAG, that being silver. I always get confused with the two, despite doing chemistry A level. What am I on here? Daily. Yeah, so nice little run on the silver at the moment. Say little run, it's going pretty long. Last week I called it to make it to here, which is where we're at. I mean, I called it, I didn't trade it. And then I kind of said, and again, I'm not trading it, it's either going to flip here. Oh, as I say these things, I want to go and put trades on. It's either going to flip here, go short, and then, where it goes, I don't know. But you could be looking at somewhere down there, because then you're basically into head and shoulders-ish screwed up category. But there's not a lot of support there. So, is there? Yeah, I mean, you could argue there is. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's that kind of range, isn't it? So obviously we remember that support and resistance isn't sort of fixed. It's more of a range. So you've kind of got that as a range there. So we're into that now, which is why it's difficult to trade, right? Because it gets up here. Is it out of the, is it broken or is it good? I don't know, but I think if it gets much over here, certainly if it gets to like 19, I think you could see it come back down to 18-ish or somewhere between 18 and 0.5. If it does, then I'll be looking for a long actually. So when I get a clear signal around here that's long, we'll be off. And then, as I say, I think I called 23. I'd have to go back and look at that. But who knows if it's going to do that? It could well pivot here and go down. And if it does, you'll be looking at that. And then you'll be looking at that. Now, incidentally, if it gets down at 14 again, I'll be buying it hard. And I don't know if I'll be buying it hard on FXCM. Certainly not because you're trading against me. Or rather through spread breaking leverage. But I will be through some other means, maybe in an ISA through an ETF, although that's not amazing. Maybe through Bullion Vault, although that's not great. Or maybe actually in my physical vault. But there we go. So that's what's going on. So all in all, I can't find any setups, which is cool. Saving money by not getting in setups I don't want to. I'm just trading those two trades. And yeah, I'm keeping an eye on things. Events coming up this week. I mean, it really is interesting though, actually, before we do the events, because last year I was definitely, I had notes here of a number of positions that I could have taken, that trades I was looking at and interested in. I've just been through it now again, and the only difference is I'm doing it on a Monday, not a Sunday, but I don't think that would make too much difference. And there's just not much out there. But anyway, we keep looking. We don't force trades. What have we got coming up? Sunday's gone, Monday's gone. So we've got some German Euro stuff. Some GBP stuff tomorrow morning. Both are opens. That is 7 o'clock UK time. 9. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing. Oh yeah, Yellen. Yeah, Yellen. I don't know what that's about. That could probably kick us around. Yeah, more Fed stuff on Wednesday. And then Ollie does on Dolly on Thursday. So yeah, there is some stuff to be keeping an eye out for. I am in a USD trade. That's why my voice pitch is slowing down as I'm seeing the Feds and Yellen coming out to ruin my life. But yeah, all good, man. 17 minutes. Don't want to take any more time. I was hoping it's helpful in some way. Feel free to leave me in the comments. Thank you, Kev Plunkett, for your last. For commenting on the photo the other day. Always good to hear from you, buddy. And yeah, great to be sharing these points of learning. As I say, everything I do here is just trying to be straight. I'm just a guy trying to work this out, as I'm sure some of you guys are. Yeah, my focus. One other thing I do want to say is, right now, because the markets as they are, I can see it on the lower time frames that there are trades that could potentially be taken if you're one of those traders. Not the way I want to trade at the moment. I'm entirely focused on just doing what you guys see. So, obviously I do a bit behind the execution, but the daily trades and the 8-hour kind of trades and the kind of big trades, the higher time frame trades, mainly because all the other time I'm either working during my working during my day job, or I'm trying to push business stuff forward, which is going pretty well. Anyway, 20 minutes. Really apologise it's taken so long. If you stuck with me, high five. I know I kind of bang on a bit, but yeah, wicked. Live the dream. Have all that fun.